YouTubers, and thank you for tuning into today's flip tour review. You know I brought in the Snatcher again in this video. Fool! You blew it! You totally screwed it! Get out of the way, Snatcher. I'm not going to do your voice ever again. Right now. Now! Anyways. Sorry about my terrible expression of the Snatcher. In fact, I'm absolutely, completely banned on doing the impression of the Snatcher. Okay? Because if I do it one more time, people are just going to keep on cringing me. Or people think I'm cringy, and they're going to get more dislikes. Boo to the hate trolls! But anyways, let's go ahead and grab the camera, because we've got some new flip-up toys along the way, apart from the Snatcher, which I've already made a video on, obviously. It was a nice freaking model, eh? It took quite a while to make this model here, I suppose. It's quite a nice interpretation here of the Snatcher there, okay? Obviously I'm not going to do the impression again, okay? Obviously I'm just doing it once today, just to do a litmus test and see if anyone likes it or dislikes it, eh? But you know what? Look at this! We've even got a doppelganger here as well. Fancy that one, eh? We've got Stan, the Shadow King. And we've also got a pair of seagull themed products. And I know I've already reviewed the late summer, how would you say it? Roosting adult herring gull, flock at salmon farm and oysterbeds 12-pack. I know I've done that one, eh? But, you know what? The reason why I'm doing this is because I've got a new product, which is not a British Wildlife Collection toy, but it does have some close relationships to the herring gull. I think the herring gulls that we often tend to have, which is our typical or archetypal British seaside seagull, is the European herring gull. I know there's an American herring gull, but this one here we're going to be taking a look at is the flip-flop origami flapping birds, Mongolian or East Siberian Vega gull, adult bird Colonial flock 12-pack. Noticing that the letter O has been completely transformed into a giant blue circle without any holes. Strange, isn't it, eh? It costs about £13.95. Isn't 13 an unlucky number for prices like that? Oh, well, you know what? That may sound cringy, but you know what? It's not always true. And yes, I might take a look at this product here again, if you may have seen it in a previous toy review back in August of 2021. Or July, I just can't remember, eh? I'm not very good at video dates and whatnot, eh? But looking at this new one here, it looks quite interesting. It does have some similarities to what a European herring gull looks like, but I think they've got a much more darker grey above wings, or backs, as they're going to call them, eh? As it says on this piece of information here. But I don't think it's that dark compared to the slatish grey colour of the lesser blackback gulls, which are mainly the ones that we tend to see in Birmingham, I suppose, a lot, even when they're breeding. Okay, let's go ahead and practice. Actually, hang on a minute. The wingtip hasn't been added onto the window, which is a bit disappointing though, eh? But you know what? It happens all the time on flip-up, eh? I've just dropped a freaking big blue water bottle, eh? Yes, it's I'm going to be doing something quite cosmetic here, and just add like a freaking wingtip sort of detailing like that one, eh? How's that? Isn't that feeling you better? You ticked off Vega seagull? Well, obviously the other one's looking ticked off because he doesn't look like he's got... What in the blooming hell are those seagulls? They're not even going to have their wingtips if they're looking like actual seagulls, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and practice. I'm going to be reviewing on the bed today because obviously I'm a bit too lazy to go ahead and review toys on the floor. Strangely enough, this part of the bed's a bit dirty though, sorry about the blood over there. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have here, guys. Okay, and strangely enough, I would have never thought that a flip-up origami Flapping Birds toy would be covered in this toy review. We actually haven't had a lot of flip-flop origami Flapping Bird toys. In fact, we've actually seen a declining trend of this toy, which in a sense is very sad and appalling, if you can think of it, I suppose, eh? Because obviously flapping birds have been one of the more dominant toys ever since when I started my flip-flap channel back on the 3rd of December 2018, which was cringy for a start, but yet again it was quite nostalgic. But yes, these toys are excellent, and if I go ahead and grab a European herring gull, which I think is in the other flip-flap product, I should basically show you a very direct comparison, apart from the fact that, you know, it's a bit of a very strange set that, I know this herring gull is pretty much an adult. Just ignore the dirty brown streaking now, because it's a wintering bird though. But let's take a look at the comparison between this Vega gull, oh sorry, this is a Vega gull, this is a herring gull, sorry, I just keep on mistaking these guys, eh? Let's go ahead and take a look at the differences between these two. The herring gulls that we have in Europe, or in the UK for that matter, tend to have a lighter shade of grey, which in a sense it's more of a very silvery pale sort of grey though, instead of the how would you say it, the much more darker sort of grey like that though, which I would say it's medium dark grey, but not as dark as a lesser black-backed gull. Okay, so it looks quite interesting, I suppose, eh? Maybe it's this very specific race of a herring gull, of course, eh? It was classified as a subspecies of the herring gull, but it looks like it's in a totally different, I think it's a totally different species, even though it does look quite similar. I think the colorization on the wings look quite different, but I'd definitely say that the Scandinavian race of the herring gull, which is the dominant species of this one here, might have a much more darker sort of grey colour though. Maybe much more, well, not as dark as the lesser black-backed gulls though, but, you know, but they're more like, you know, it's more of a not so light, I would just, don't know what I'm saying here, but I'd definitely say it's much more of a less silvery sort of grey in colour, less light silvery grey, but still a lot more, I would just say, lighter than this one here, the Vega gull, which in a sense it's a totally different species. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for. Okay, so yep, you know the differences, guys. I'm sure you know it. And bird watchers of all people, I think maybe you get the gist, maybe you didn't. But that's the way I can basically portray different species in a very nice one, I suppose, eh? Obviously, I think the one part I really dislike is there's quite a plentiful amount of overspraying of grey, lead, obviously, but also a bit of purple as well, thanks to the freaking... Oh, sorry about the camera, eh? That was very nasty of me, eh? Dropping the camera on purpose, or by accident, eh? Oh my goodness me. I blame you for all the purple ink you spread onto these guys! You're an absolute disease spreader! Oh my goodness me. Hopefully you're not carrying COVID, you know. I'll come in and talk about Stan, the Shadow King, later on though, as it's a bit of a very newish sort of Halloween themed toy. I might compare it with the Snatcher, if I've got some time in this video, eh? Hopefully we will. Yes, I've got a funny feeling these Vega gulls, I think I've done those birds before in a video, and if I show you the names like this, we've got Mongolian, East Siberian, Vega gull, so it's a bit of a very full name. I know there's a subspecies of the Vega gull called the is it the Byrelands gull? I can't really remember my, how do you say it, subspecies names though, of birds and stuff like that, I know, but it is quite interesting. I think it's called the Byrelands gull there. I think it's Birules, with like some sort of what's that thing? Oh yes, apostrophe on like in the middle between the letter S and the N. You know what? Looks quite fantastic. They do pretty much reside in East Asia, and that's why I've chose these guys alongside with the black-tailed gulls. I think I did a video back then before, eh, when I did that sort of toy review on these sort of guys, like that one, eh? I was about to say gulls, but, well, not all seagulls are pretty much male. You can also have female ones too, as stupid as it sounds. well, genders do appear, and you have pheromones as well. That's the other thing as well, and as we all know that males can have testosterone. I can't remember what the female ones are called though. But anyways, I think I had enough of the Gulls. I think that it's going to be quite too much if I'm going to be taking a look at so many seagull themed products. And strange enough, as I've done before, like I did on the other video on Tuesday when I covered the freaking Snatcher, I blame you! Sorry if I'm treating you a bit cruel though, but I'm just trying to pretty much explain to you though that, you know what, you are actually quite great though, but you know what, I just don't want you to be, you know, treated roughly though, as I did, you know, just now though in this video, I'll just, there you are, there. I hope you'll be pretty much confined in a much more peaceful sort of way. Look at that! You're doing that sort of... I can't believe it, the Snatcher's doing this thing. It looks like he's chilling on the sandy beach with... Oh my goodness me! I think you're a ripoff! You're an absolute ripoff, Mr. Snatcher, because you've got Stan from Shadow King. And it's also another one of those toys I've created as part of my Halloween 2021 flip-up toy range. And strangely enough, he's got hands that look like freaking forks. And I believe if you don't know what Shadow King is, it's basically a PlayStation 2 game. And I suppose it was the most successful console, wasn't it, eh? It's giving me some sort of weird Bendy and the Ink Machine / Cuphead vibes, I believe. I think it's more Bendy and the Ink Machine compared to Cuphead. And obviously, going by the yellow front, on, you know, obviously the facial detailing looks even more scary than what I thought on the Snatcher, even though the Snatcher also looks quite scary. Looks pretty eye-catchingly scary when I think of it, eh? Suppose, I think, to give the Snatcher, if I bring you here, Mr. Snatcher, I would have made you a lot more docile if I bring in just to replace those alienatic eyes with oval-looking eyes, though, just to make yourself a lot more friendly than what you actually look like. And go ahead and sit there, or shall I say, rest there, Mr. Snatcher, because I'm going to grab... Come here, Stan! I know you're totally scary as well, but I certainly love you too. Fancy that, he looks totally very similar to the Snatcher. Well, he's actually the original, because the Snatcher has been heavily inspired by this guy here. Did you notice that? I'm pretty sure I did, and yes indeed. And yes, I forgot to rub off the freaking pencil lines to make him clearly yellow, but yet again, he's a very, totally and utterly amazing looking figure of mine. Oh my goodness me, I don't think he's actually got a voice though. What you can do is that you can make him sort of wave, I suppose, eh? And I don't think he really stands like the Snatcher does. But you know what, the best thing I can do with Stan from Shadow King is I can actually make him wave, actually, I suppose, if I conk the camera up. Hello. Well, that's actually my voice and not this figure here, Stan. Well, Stan doesn't actually speak, as I said before in this video, eh? And, yep, he does a real face palm, because obviously, I'm the one who's speaking, you know. And he's like, well, he does understand some of the words that he does, though, but obviously, he's just a ghost. And as a bit of a slight comparison with the Snatcher, I'm just going to pretty much position his arms a lot much more, how would you say it? A lot more perfectly, I suppose. I think they're a lot more down, I suppose, eh? And if I go ahead and zoom out though, you can see a major comparison between the Snatcher, and also if I move this arm just a bit though here, look at that! Oh, sorry about that one, Snatcher. I don't think that was quite good though. Maybe I'm a bit rough already though, but okay, from head to tip or tail, as I call it, eh? The Snatcher is of course a lot more taller than Stan, but what we all noticed was that yeah, it's almost like half the size. I bet Stan is like almost half the size of the Snatcher, and I have to say that's a very nice design from these two ghosts. Well, they're actually not really ghosts, but they're actually shadows, which obviously they're like a little bit like Slender Man whenever I think of it, eh? It's like a dark slender figure, okay? And Stan is also a slender figure though, but it looks like he's got, I don't want to say anything about Stan though, but obviously he's a great looking figure, eh? And there's the back of him, not so much, eh? But what's even better than the Snatchers is that he's made out of black pieces of cardboard, which is actually much more better than using freaking, you know, white cardboard just to freaking colour him up. Isn't that right, Stan? Obviously, I think I'll definitely call it as a yes. But I think that's definitely about it in this toy review. Sorry if I'm treating these toys a bit roughly though, but yet again, if you really enjoyed in this video, and I'm very sorry if this video has gone a bit rough already though, and I've now got Trackmaster Luke running like so, please give this video a like. Oh, there it is, there's the thumbs up symbol here. Maybe I should pretty much say it again, eh? Please give this video a like. Oh, that's better, eh? Maybe another one, eh? Please give this video a like, and subscribe for more for that YouTubers. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, I meant to say, this video's gone chronically sloppy, isn't it there? But I'm not going to stop for a fire reel though, but please do subscribe to my YouTube channel for more flip-up content. And as sloppy as this sounds, I would like to say thank you so much for watching. And you're going to say this, don't you? Oh no! Trackmaster Luke has been derailed. Oh no! What is wrong with me today? I've just said the word, you know, YouTubers, and I'd like to say, you know, I did say thanks for watching. This is my second time saying it though, eh? And I've just totally screwed the whole video up. What an utter fail. But I'm not stopping for a fire reel because you know why? It's going to be damn long if I'm going to be doing it though, eh? Crikeys. What is wrong with me today, eh? I feel like I'm not even speaking well, and I just feel like I want to give up making videos on YouTube, but I just can't. Because I love making YouTube videos for the sake of being, you know, a YouTuber, obviously, eh? Like, I mean, I just don't want to be popular anymore, though, but that's the trap, isn't it, though, eh? When you become this popular on YouTube. But anyways, I'm very sorry for being a bit rough already, eh? Bye for now.